Hi, guys and girls. It is the 22nd today, 2 days left until Christmas Eve, and 3 days until Christmas. This year has flown by, and it's hard for me and rather scary to try and comprehend how it is possible that it feels like just a week ago that I wished people a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year on YouTube. Anyway, none of us have yet discovered a way to turn back the clock, so let's move on. Let's move forward, as it is the only way for us to go. Firstly, I would like to connect to my previous video in which I told you that I heard gossip about Meghan and Harry and that there is trouble in paradise. Well, according to the gossip, there has been trouble in paradise for a very long time. So why would this be any different? Well, I chatted a bit and poked the bear a little and was told that indeed there had been many fights between Harry and Meghan before they got married, after they got married, before they left Britain, and after they left Britain. According to this source, their arguments can get quite heated and physical violence has occurred a few times. Meghan's tactics do include biting, slapping, and throwing things. Screaming and crying are also not excluded from her repertoire. Harry is not all that innocent either, and apparently had grabbed Meghan a few times, leaving bruises. But I'm told that it is usually Harry who retreats, either by locking himself in his room or by leaving the home. Remember when Harry went missing for 48 hours in the United Kingdom after a polo match? Well, that was exactly what happened. Meghan was not supposed to pitch up at the polo match with a baby, but she heard that Chelsea Davy was at the match, so she felt that Harry was out gallivanting with his exes while she had to stay home. Apparently, she was so angry that she pulled a brush through her hair, did not even bother to put on makeup, just slapped on the largest pair of sunglasses, grabbed a bottle from the countertop in the kitchen, and told a guard to drive her to the polo match. Long story short, she did not stay long, and because of her behavior, he apparently rushed home 10 to 15 minutes after the game. But when he got home, Meghan was enraged. From what I was told, there was no talking to her. She yelled, cried, was swearing and throwing and breaking stuff. So Harry took off, taking nothing with him but the clothes he was wearing at the time. Meghan tried the same stunt once in the United Kingdom, but was picked up by the police in less than an hour. Anyway, I'm told that their fights had been following the same pattern from the time they met right up to their very last fight. In the United States, Meghan was indeed the one who would run off for longer, staying at the San Ysidro Ranch for a few weeks, partying with Marcus and a crying makeup artist over weekends, etc. But hapless Harry would beg and plead for her to come back, and once he bought her a piece of jewelry, she would return. On the few occasions when he took off in the United States, she lit up the phone, even getting her pals and Mother Doria to talk to him. But like I said, from what I'm told, this long-standing pattern between them is apparently now changing rapidly. I have been told by two separate people, one part of an elite gossip group, for the lack of a better term, and the other one who moves in the same circles as the Harkles because of his job, that Harry seems switched off. Now, this is a direct quote. This is what I was told, that he appears to be switched off. It appears as if Meghan's rants and raves have less and less effect on Harry, and this, my dear friends, is like a red flag to a bull for a narcissist. You do not ignore a narcissist, not according to the actual narcissist. A narcissist will use love bombing to get you back when it suits them, but when it no longer works, it can and will drive them insane. From what I'm told, Meghan's love bombing seems to have less and less of an effect on Harry, and apparently, allegedly, he had been holed up somewhere in Florida for a few weeks already, apparently fulfilling better up obligations. But it is said that on the odd occasion that he does take a call from Meghan, it is a rather brisk conversation. I'm also told that he told Meghan she can do what she wants with her Christmas card. He does not care. Oh well, guys, it looks as if we're in for yet another wild ride in 2022. I think the main question is whether the Harkles' marriage will survive another year or whether she will be the degree wife everyone speculated she would be. Now, moving on, as we prepare for Christmas or a few days off from work, prepare to spend time with our families, at least those who we are close enough to, the news comes that the Queen will not be going to Sandringham this year. Obviously, the second year in a row where we won't see Her Majesty exiting her car at the church and won't have the annual royal walk. And this just as we were starting to look forward to seeing the boss baby himself. Yes, it was rumored that Louis would be joining the Cambridges this year, but it was not to be. Anyway, once it became clear that the Queen will remain in Windsor for Christmas, we were at least relieved to hear that the senior royals were scaling back on their events and meetings in order to ensure a clean bill of health so they can be with the Queen on Christmas Day, her first Christmas without Prince Philip. But, my dear friends, I'm sad to inform you that even that has now changed and is still rapidly changing, as Princess Anne's husband, Sir Timothy Lawrence, tested positive for COVID-19. Prince Anne and Sir Timothy are quarantining at Gatcombe Park and will thus not be able to attend Christmas lunch with the Queen. Although it's not certain what the other members of the family are planning for Christmas, it appears that Sir Timothy's illness will not be the only issue preventing Her Majesty the Queen from enjoying Christmas with all her children and grandchildren. It is also whispered along the hallowed walls of the various residences that there is a raging feud among the Queen's own children. Prince Edward has not been seen riding at Windsor Great Park in about 4 months or more, regardless of the fact that he stables his horses there. On the other hand, Prince Andrew has now taken to riding there almost every day. It is said that Edward is doing everything he can to avoid his brother. Rumours are that there is also some ill feeling between Edward and Charles, as Edward expected to inherit the title of Duke of Edinburgh and Ranger of Windsor Great Park from his father Prince Philip. But although Prince Philip has passed away in April, there's still no move towards Edward receiving those titles. And according to palace sources, it is indeed Prince Charles who's standing in the way of Edward receiving these titles. It is also said that the ill feelings between the three brothers are filtering down to the children, and that even Lady Louise, who was seen at Windsor Great Park almost every weekend, has not been around much lately. The York sisters are also dragged into this, and according to gossip, are resenting Charles for, firstly, not doing more to protect their father, and secondly, for being a hypocrite. Yeah, we'll talk about that accusation some other time. Suffice it to say, it appears as if there are many undercurrents running in the family this year, and I somehow doubt that there will be a happy family gathering. I suspect the families will instead perhaps take turns visiting the Queen on Christmas Day. What a shame. The Queen at 95 does not deserve this, and I hope that regardless of all the gossip and sadness, she will experience some joy this Christmas. Talking about family and Christmas, the poor Harkle children, that is, if they exist, what kind of Christmas can they look forward to? We other children, and I'm not just talking about the royal children, are looking forward to playing with their cousins or extended families' kids, where they are joining their parents in exhausting shopping trips and choosing Christmas trees. These two poor babies are holed up in that darn mansion, and the only people they see are their parents and caretakers. Now, in my universe, this is not normal. Children need social interaction with their peers. They need to grow and adapt, and more importantly, they need to play. I know dear old Archie exists, and unfortunately for him, I also know that he spends a lot of time at the mansion, and my heart breaks for the poor little man. Although I still do not know much about Lily, I sincerely hope that she is a figment of Ellen's imagination and that she's not at that darn Montecito mansion. I really hope that one day she'll be able to play with cousins and be loved instead of bullied by a narcissistic mother. Okay, guys, well, that's it from me. I'm off for the day. And as always, take good care of yourselves. Until we meet again on the next video. Bye!